Well, welcome to my channel, Mispronounced Adventures. My name's Alex, and with the end of Arctic Season 4's content drawing to a close,
which is going to be
and a new van build on the horizon, nearing the end of my time with this van. I'm going to be selling it soon. It's the time of year where I start working with different partners and brands to help fund the new projects. In this episode, I'm working with Jackery, specifically looking at the Jackery Explorer 1000 version 2. Now, I've never worked with Jackery before, although Jackery was the first ever power station I used back when I used to run a Christmas tree site for 8 winters as one of my other random jobs. I use an old Jackery Explorer 500 to charge my tool batteries and run the lights in the evening. Now, I've used power stations for years, and I've used a variety of brands, from less practical uses, such as turning one of them into an electric stand or paddleboard, dressing as a pirate, and getting drunk and harassing people. Yarr! Or taking one of them e-bike camping in Scotland and cooking on induction stoves. I just think this is brilliant. But I also do have the more practical uses. For a traditional van's electrical system like I have in my van, power stations are a great way to complement that, and for my Arctic conditions, a great backup. The last 4 winters being in the Arctic, I've always got a power station with me. I've used power stations to run the van when the alternator failed. I don't know if you can see it down there. I've got the power station plugged into my AC to DC chargers for charging the starter battery. And quite often in the Arctic conditions, I use it to run a heat gun to defrost components which are currently frozen. With the continued support you guys have given me over the last couple of years watching the channel, I've now grown to a size where I can ask companies to do giveaways. So Jackery have also sent me an Explorer 240 version 2 to give away in this video, so stay tuned on how that's going to work. First off, unboxing. Done! The only thing that comes in the box is the manuals, the unit, and actually a rather nice orange cable for plugging in. So, Jackery Explorer 1000 version 2, I've been specifically asked to show real world examples. And since I've been using power stations for 4 years now, there's no better way of doing it, then I'll put it through all the paces that I usually do with my power stations. But first we'll get through a few of the main spec points I need to mention. It's a 1000, which means it's a 1 kilowatt hour unit. Specifically, it's 1070 watt hours. And for me, the 1 kilowatt power station unit has always been the sweet spot. A good amount of storage, decent size output on the inverter, but it's still within that portable area. I find the ones much larger become a lot less portable, and the ones smaller don't really have the capacity to run some of the larger things I want to do. Main points, it's a lithium LiPo4 chemistry, which means you've got about a 4,000 life cycle amount, depending on how you charge it, but you've got a long life compared to some of the older style of lithiums originally used in many of the original style power stations. And the Jackery Explorer 1000 version 2, compared to similar power stations of similar capacity and inverter output, it's meant to be 20% smaller and 10% lighter than its competitors. If you want to know all the nitty-gritty technical details, you can just go on the website or look at the back of the box. Well, Jackery wanted real-world testing scenarios, so what better way of doing it than do all the different things I do with my other power stations, see how it performs. But first, induction cooking outside. And that brings me to the most important point with power stations is the inverter, the ability to run AC appliances off-grid. And the Jackery Explorer 1000 V2 has a 1500 watt inverter with about a 3000 watt peak, and that should be plenty enough to run my induction stove. Let's test it out. Right, alfresco cheese saucy was a success. But how I more often use it for electric cooking is in my van. I've got my own built-in induction stove, which runs off my van's inverter. However, I can't run an induction stove and an air fryer at the same time. So often I'd have something cooking on the induction stove, and then I'll bring a power station out to run the air fryer simultaneously.
Frying potato stuff I like, air fryer going, running off the power station.
So let's try on an air fryer. So, next option, air fryer. So, air fryers. Air fryers and induction stoves are quite different items to run in vehicles. My induction stove is 800 watts, which means on its full power mode it's pulling 800 watts. If you use 800 watts for an hour, you use 800 watt hours of energy. The Jackery Explorer 1000 is 1070 watt hours of storage, so you would use 800 watt hours of that 1070. Air fryers are a little different. This is a 1300 watt air fryer, which means when I turn it on, the air fryer's element comes off at 1300 watts, which means it heats up its internal temperature until it hits a target temperature, and then it turns itself off. And then when the temperature drops a little bit, it turns back on again, which means air fryers, they kind of use less power because the element is cycling on and off. Unlike most induction stoves, on their medium to high power modes are a constant load. This is more often how I would use a power station to do cooking in the van. After cooking, my other most popular use of an inverter is to run my heat gun. Quite often in the Arctic I have to defrost things. Frozen gear cables.
And a heat gun.
Frozen coolant. Frozen fuel and engine preheaters. But I'm currently in the English countryside and it's 25 degrees, so there's nothing to unfreeze. So I can't really show that as a real world example. But the other time I use my heat gun is for electrics.
So I decided the best thing to do now in -20 would be to get these rigged up. Well, power stations have their use. Need to do some of the heat shrinking for the electrics, and it's currently -20 in the Arctic.
So can it run my 2000 watt heat gun? Can it do my heat shrinks? So level 1 it can run it. And level 2. Right, no problem at all. Well, it did run the heat gun at its maximum mode, which was probably about 1900 watts, which is more than the inverter's rated for, but it was all right and working. It just probably wouldn't have worked for too long. It would have got hot and then probably turned itself off. Well, the inverter isn't the only output, and to be honest, the time I use power stations the most is their USB. So if I'm working edited in the van, I usually use a power station's 100 watt USB port to charge the laptop, or if I'm doing work video calls, I use the 30 watt output to charge my iPad. It's got your standard 12 volt 10 amp socket, which I don't often use, so I'm not going to make up a real world scenario for it, but there are plenty of different devices you can run off that. And a light, which if you're outside and camping, might be helpful. Well, running high powered items with a Jackery is great, but you need to charge it. So whilst you can charge it with 12 volt or solar panels, primarily I charge power stations in my van using the inverter. So on AC charging, the Jackery Explorer 1000 V2 will charge from 0 to 100% in 1.7 hours. Or if you go on the app, go into settings and you can put it on emergency charge mode, that'll charge it from 0 to 100% in less than an hour if you need to. And that emergency charging, amongst other things, is part of Jackery's Charge Share 2.0. A variety of ways to charge the unit and protections involved in that charging. With many batteries, if you charge them faster, you can decrease the life of the battery overall. And with the app, you've got the most things you would come to expect. How much power is going in, out, turn the lights off, a few different settings, and the ability to change a few of the settings in the menus. One of the other charging modes is also its quiet charging mode. When they are charging at full power, the fans do come on, so on the app there is also a silent charging mode which keeps the fans lower and lowers how fast it charges. Right, competition time. To win the Jackery Explorer 240 V2, little baby version of the Explorer 1000. First off, go to the description and check that the competition is still within the running dates. All you need to do is comment below and tell me how you would use a Jackery 240 in your setup. Make sure you use the hashtag Jackery240 with no spaces, so I can then use a random comment picker to select it looking for that word. But do check the competition is still valid when you enter, please. And that's going to be the end of the video, and thank you very much for watching. And thank you for the continued support of the people who have been here a long time, because you make things like this to review products and to give them away, which fund all the free content you guys watch, from the Arctic to the silly adventures, all worth it. If you want to find out more about the Jackery 1000 V2 or any of the other Jackery products and sales, please do check out the links in the description below. And, well, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.